Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. I'm going to play 3 short clips here from President Biden just recently, just this week, as a matter of fact. And I've called for this before, but I'll tell you, I think this seals the deal. When you see these clips, they're short, so it won't be long. Do I take joy in the fact that my president, no matter who it is just not there anymore? I take no joy in that at all. I'm pretty mad about how he got there, but I can't go into detail on that and why he got there. We're in trouble, folks. We're in trouble. Domestically and internationally. All at once. The best presidents we've ever had would have a difficult time right now, let alone this president. I take no joy in the fact that he says outrageously dumb things like you're going to see, and then his people have to walk it back. And he has no idea that his administration is walking back his remarks. And then he says he never said the things that he said. And they weren't taken out of context either, if that's what you're wondering. But I think it's at the beginning of this video, and I'll pause it to make comments along the way. See the gentleman in the middle there? The serviceman right to the right of President Biden. Watch him look at the ground and shuffle his feet. He took an oath. And he's listening to this guy. And it's awkward for him. I think he's actually embarrassed. His body movements sure as heck say he is. So let's listen to a little bit here, okay?
You're going to see when you're there, and some of you have been there. You're going to see women, young people standing in the middle of the front of a damn tank.
Now look at him look down on the ground and shuffle his feet. He's thinking, my God, this is the president. I'm going to put my life on the line at his order.
It's just saying I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground.
If chemical weapons were used in Ukraine, would that trigger a military response from NATO?
It would trigger a response in kind. For God.
It would be a response in kind. We took a pledge never ever to use chemical weapons. So then you ask yourself, why do we have them? Because the other side does too. The other side being our geopolitical enemies. And it's incredible. Don't you remember? Trump's going to get us in a war. Trump's going to get us in a war. He's going to cause World War III. He's dangerous. He's a monster. And baby. To all you lefties out there, they were protesting the war in Iraq under Bush. You were pretty quiet when the drones really picked up under Obama. Yes, there were quite a few drone strikes under Trump as well. But he basically destroyed ISIS for all intents and purposes. He had a plan to get out of Afghanistan, and his own generals and the Joint Chiefs and others lied to the President of the United States, and I don't care if he ate Trump's guts or not, it's immaterial. Lied to him about the troops that were there, the number. Basically stalling his withdrawal. And then the catastrophic withdrawal in August of last year that killed 13 service members all at once and over 100 Afghan civilians. Left an air base empty so they could be taken over. And then the other air base is right in the middle of Kabul, making a gigantic cluster blank to get out. Left over $85 billion worth of equipment. And there's been a ton of gaffes. Well, that's just Uncle Joe, No, but these 3 are pretty bad. But what happens towards the end of this little clip is what seals the deal for me.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
He's asking for a regime change obviously take the man out. He can't remain in power. You can take that any way you want. On a nuclear power and a major world power we had not at war at. And when asked by Peter Doocy here about the 3 comments, look at his response.
It sounded like you told U.S. troops they were going to Ukraine. It sounded like you said it was possible the U.S. would use a chemical weapon, and it sounded like you were calling for regime change in Russia, and we know...
None of the 3 occurred.
None of the 3 occurred?
None of the 3.
None of the 3 occurred. Those other 3 weren't taken out of context. And then when he's called on it by somebody that's not Fox, because it doesn't count for some reason, it comes from a conservative media outlet, I make no apologies for Putin comment. He's asked again, listen.
Believe what you said, that Putin can't remain in power? Or do you now regret saying that because your government has been trying to walk that back? Did your words complicate matters?
Number one, I'm not walking anything back.
We do not have a strategy of regime change in Russia or anywhere else for that matter.
And then his Secretary of State, Blinken, has to say we have no plans for regime change anywhere in the world. And the president probably doesn't even know that his own Secretary of State said that. What bubble are they keeping this guy in? What bubble are they keeping this guy in? It's time to go. And I say that with no joy, because Kamala Harris will be president of the United States. And if you have any idea how much that scares the shit out of me, you don't know. And God only knows who the Democrats will put up as a VP choice under then President Harris. Me saying that, anybody that's Italian knows what this means, gives me agita. It's horrendous. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do. I think it will come down to this. The Democrats will sit down, the leadership, and they figure what will do us more harm through the midterms this November. Keeping Biden in office or having him resign. And whatever cockamamie reason they're going to use, I'll let somebody younger take over in these difficult times. You know, they got great writers. They can twist anything around they want. Whatever is to their advantage, that's what they'll do. They don't give a good damn about the future of the country in the current situation we're in, or situations, because everything is time for political effect. And they actually think them being in control of Congress is best for the nation. They believe that. I think their only hope is to have Biden fill out the term. But God knows how much more he's going to deteriorate and how much more trouble we're going to get into. It's going to be wild. The House will try to impeach him if he stays. Will not be thrown out. They won't have 60 votes in the Senate. And impeachment will be an annual thing, or at least once for every president from now on, misusing the Constitution. I think the impeachment against Clinton was a misuse of the Constitution, and I think the impeachments 1 and 2 of President Trump were a terrible misuse of the Constitution. It's both of those presidents. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, they were both misuse of power. They both knew that they couldn't get it through the Senate. So here we are. What the hell do you do? It's the choice is drown in 10 foot of water or drown in 8 foot of water. I just don't see how this can come out. And then there's 2 more years after the midterms for the presidential election. Then what's going to happen? I don't know. They can't get Kamala Harris out. I know she is unliked in the Democrat Party. She's going to be president, and fairly quickly, unless somehow the Democrats can hide President Biden through the midterms and then 2 more years after that. Good luck. Talk about weekend at Bernie's. Oh, boy. But it saddens me to say it's time for him to go. And I think the vast majority of Democrats know the same thing. But they don't want Kamala Harris to be president. Well, you know what? Your vote matters. He is now president of the United States. You got what you wanted. Trump is gone. You didn't think things through. So now we're in the catastrophe that we're in. And I'm not going to chastise you too much, even though it is your fault. Learn from this. Learn from this. Try not to ever make this horrendously horrible, ridiculous decision again. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.